Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of Boom, the new Etheria figure, Despara. Now I'm excited for this figure. I like the Origins version, so I'm really curious to see what they do with the Etheria version of her. So in this video, we're going to take a look at her in packaging, then we're going to take a look at the figure and her accessories, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on her. So without any further ado, roll that intro. Okay, so here she is in packaging. I like the overall packaging for her. So up top you have Mattel, your age restriction, 30 points of articulation. All right, under that you got the Masterverse. You get a small window for her so you can see her and her mask. And then you get this really cool art here. I like the artwork on it with her in front. You got the Horde troopers behind her. She's wearing the mask, and I feel like this mask kind of has more of a traditional Japanese look to it, like their assassin masks and what have you. So I do like how that mask look. I think it's like a kabuki style mask, if I remember what it's called, but it definitely looks like one of those. I like that a lot. Underneath, you got Masters of the Universe, New Etheria, her name, and of course, this is wraparound art. So you can see more Horde troopers behind her, and swing it around here. And her, I don't know who she is, but she looks kind of cool. I like the overall look to this character. I'm curious to see, will they be bringing her out, or if she's just something, as background art. But she is a cool looking, villain. All right, come around to this side here. You get a picture of the figure. Now, you got Adora here, so she can actually be changed into Adora, so I'm really curious to see what they do with that. You don't get very many Adora figures. I think the only other time I've seen one was with the classic line, so it's pretty cool to actually get her in that form. So I'm curious to how all that works out. You get a headshot here, her name, all the other figures that are part of this wave. All right, then you come around to this side. You get the Despara look, and you also get Adora. So that's some neat artwork. I like that overall. All right, come back around to the front. Underneath, you have your legal and SKU. So with all that being said, let's open her up and see what she's about. Okay, so here she is out of packaging. Now the first thing we're going to do is take a look at her joints. So the head does move. All right. Get a shoulder joint with a swivel. Ooh, a little bit tight in there, but it does move. Get elbow joint and a wrist joint. All right. Get this other arm up. You should have a joint right here underneath the breast. And you have one right at the thigh, or the hips actually here. Just take it off there. You got your thigh joint. Ooh, man, that's a little tight as well. But it is there with a swivel. No, she don't have a swivel up top. Yeah, there it is. All right, so I could get this leg to swivel. Can't get the other one to swivel. It is there. There it goes. Okay, I got that moving. All right, now she's all like disjointed. All right, you got a knee joint. There should be a swivel at the top of the boot and an ankle joint. So some of her joints are a little tight, but they seem to work, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. You may want to add just a little bit of heat to some of these joints just to loosen them up, but overall, they all seem to work. So now let's look at the head sculpt. I like the head sculpt here. That looks really nice with the red glowing eyes. Now the hair is a separate piece, so if you look here, the hair is separate for some reason. Maybe it's because it might have to be able to switch out. I'm not exactly sure about that. Alright. And then you look here, there's actually a visible seam. It looks like they messed up on the paint a little bit. Here, let me put this arm down a little bit so you can see that. So that's a hair disappointing, but not a major flaw. Alright, back around to the front. I like the armor. I like how she has the Horde logo right on her breastplate. And then she has almost like a samurai style, armor covering up her thighs and what have you. So I do like that. That looks pretty good. All right, you come around to this side here. Yeah, nothing really to speak about. Let's bring this arm down. There it goes. All right, so you have this, red gauntlet with the gold trim. Come around to the back. She has a cloth cape. I do like the cloth cape. I'm always one for soft goods, especially when it comes to capes. All right, come around to this side. Pretty much more of the same. Bring this arm down. You have the Horde armband on her side here. And back around to the front. So overall, I don't think she's a bad looking figure. Okay, so now we're going to get into her accessories. So she comes with the alternate head, which is the Adora head. Alright, so we'll look at that in a little bit. She comes with two hands, alright, which are both fists. So you got one fist and two fists. Okay, next on our list is she has her Kabuki style mask. I do like that. She has a half helmet. Alright. And of course she has her two iconic swords. So she has this one here. And she has this one. Alright, so let's see how all this works. First, let's go with the half helmet. Alright, that clips on her pretty easily. No issues with that. I do like how that looks. Let's get it from this side. And on that side. Alright, so that works well with her. Get the Kabuki mask. Boom. Alright, I do like how that looks. That looks really good. Alright. Now it looks like there is a slight paint discrepancy on the nose there. But that looks like something that could probably just easily be wiped off. So I'm not really concerned about that. Alright, next we're going to go through her swords. You got one sword. Alright. And two swords. Alright, so both swords work well with her. No issues there. Them onto her back. Let's spin her around. Shing. And shing. There we go. So the two swords fit nicely in their holsters. And now we're going to go and see how the fists work with her. Alright, so you got one. Get in there. There we go. And two. Now these are a little tight too. You may want to use a little bit of heat on them. But they're not super tight. They do fit in there. Alright. Oops. Oh, there goes the mask. Yeah. So there you go. The two fists do fit on her pretty well. So now we're going to transform her into Adora. So first we'll take the head off. Eventually, there it goes. So the head off came off pretty well. Upper armor needs to come off. Get these swords off of there. Alright. So there's these little pegs on the back here. Don't want to come off, of course. All right, let me get a little screwdriver. Let's pry them off of there. Go. Man, those are on there. All right, got that one off. All right, and got that one off. So let's pull this off of her. All right, got this one here. All right, that one came off a little bit easier. And it's also strapped to her legs too. There's one. There's the second one. Get this Horde armband off of her. Wow, that's on there too. Which is good. It's good that that's on there nice and tight. Okay, how the hell am I going to get that off? Around there. Let's see. Let's see if these gauntlets come off. No, they don't. Do I have to pull the arm off? Alright, so this is a little bit of a problem. It looks to be a little tight to come off of there. Trying to see if I could. Yeah, she might just have to live with the Horde banner. Unless if you could pop the arm off and maybe get it up over the bicep. That's on there really, really tight. And I personally do not know how to get that off of there. Because it looks to be a little too tight to get off around the arm guard. And I don't know if that comes off or not. Don't look like it should. And I wouldn't force it. Now what you might want to do to get this off, you may want to heat it up and see if that'll help expand it a little bit so it can slide over that. Or maybe try to maybe able to remove this from the shoulder. That's in there pretty tight too. I wouldn't pull on that. You know what? I'm okay leaving that right there for now. I don't want to mess with it because I'm afraid that if I pull on the joint, I might break this joint trying to get it off there. Anybody else, if you're watching this video and you figure out a way how to get that off of there, let me know in the comments. But she's going to live with that for now because I just don't trust taking that off of there. All right. And now she has her head. And you have Adora. So, for the most part, it all works out. Let's take a good look at her. So the head sculpt looks pretty good. I don't have any real issues with the head sculpt. Alright. She has your standard, look from the original Filmation cartoon. So she has the white and the red with the gold coming down on the sides, the Filmation style belt. She has the darker stockings and the boots. Alright, come around to this side here. To the back. Back around to this side and to the front. So overall, I like how she looks in this mode. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts with her. So first off, all her joints move pretty well. Some of them are a little bit tight. You may want to use some sort of heat or hot water on them just to loosen them up a little bit. But overall, her joints do work very well. Her accessories and all come on and off very easily. It was easy to get the swords in her hands. It was easy to get the armor off to change her into Adora. Same with the head swaps and hand swaps, so I have no issues there. And I like the overall look to her, both as Despara and also as Adora. So I like the overall look to this figure. So would I recommend her? Yes, I would. I think that they actually put some really work into attention. I do like that she has two different heads and that the heads actually look different from each other. So The Adora head, looks more human and normal, where this one has the red eyes and all. So I like that. I like those fine details to the two different heads. Probably my only real complaint with her is this armband here. That thing was a little hard to get off. Matter of fact, I didn't even bother with it because I don't even know if it can come off, because I don't think it can come over this gauntlet here. And I'm not willing to risk breaking the arm trying to take the shoulder out. So that would probably be my only issue with her. Other than that, she's a great figure, and I would recommend her to go with the rest of your Masters of the Universe collectibles. So with that being said, I also want to give a shout out to everybody who makes this channel worthwhile. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego, Humongous. He does a lot of things to help out the channel, and he's been a big supporter of the channel for some time now. He also has his own YouTube channel and show that he does every Sunday, so go ahead and check that out. Next on our list is Action Figure Geeks. They're a Reddit channel that supports this channel as well, and their information is also in the description. And next is my good buddy Joe Goddard. He also has his own YouTube channel, and he's been a big supporter of his channel for some time as well. So check out his info as well. And most of all of you, everybody who likes, shares, subscribes, become members, and watch these videos all the way through. I appreciate every single last one of you. Without you all, this channel wouldn't be what it is today. And I want to ask you guys to check out my Masters of the Universe playlist, plus my membership program, and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.